Hola, hey there. Thank you for joining me today in this first video about Noto, where I'm going to give a brief explanation about why I am building this feature, some keys of the strategy, what are the pillars of the application, and a brief overview of the scope, including what features I am planning for Noto. In the second part of the video, I will show you what I hope everyone is waiting for. We will see the current state of the app, of the current alpha, which, by the way, you will be able to test very soon. This is my board. Imagine a digital whiteboard where I think, I take notes, and I plan for the future. I'm developing Noto in a mostly lean way, which is a fancy word for saying that I'm mostly improvising and doing things as I see fit every week. But still, I like to do a bit of product work ahead of time. You cannot always trust your intuition 100%, and sometimes you have to do some thinking work to, to verify your intuition. Otherwise, it's very easy to build something that is useless. This pyramid here is something that I use in most of my projects, and it's all about thinking of the problem first. What problem are you trying to solve for the user, or why are you building this for the user? You really need to understand why you are doing things. Otherwise, you will be lost. And again, you will build something that is not useful, that nobody wants. Maybe not even yourself, right? Maybe for you, it's going to be a bit abstract. In other videos and maybe in other posts, I will explain a bit deeper. But this is where I am today. This really helps me. My phrase, the summary of this whole thing is that I want to build a chat with your second brain. This is like the core of the idea. Same as um, you spend so many hours every day chatting with friends, with family, using WhatsApp. I think it's one of the apps that is most universally understood. Even my mom knows how to send me pictures. It's really great. It's giving so many people access to technology in a very simple way. So I want to build that for notes. I'm frustrated with people sending messages to themselves, writing in post-its, writing in papers, losing them, uh, really not taking advantage of the power of technology when it comes to note taking, organizing your life. And the goals, or what I want to enable, is that people can organize their thoughts and their life. And again, emphasizing without complications. I want to really bring this accessibility and simplicity of WhatsApp and other messaging apps to note taking and task management, which is a really simple problem, but it's a problem that everyone has. And again, many people are still not using technology for this. The second layer of the cake, it's about the how, it's about the strategy, right? And for now, it's very simple. I have just three pillars. The first one, I already talked about it. I really want it to be easy to use, accessible for anyone. I want my father to be able to take advantage of technology. In order to do this, in order to organize your thoughts and your life, I think it has to be an application that has everything in one. It has to have notes. It needs to have to-dos, and it needs to have an agenda. So basically, notes are mostly about organizing your thoughts, and the to-dos and the agenda are more around organizing your life. But there is a bit of overlap there. And third, it's shaped how you think. This is actually maybe the most interesting part, but the most difficult to explain. Um, we don't think in nodes with a title, with categories, with tags, with folders. We think in thoughts. We think in atomic pieces of information that connect to each other, that are structured, that are classified together. But we think in thoughts, single ideas. That's how Noto works. Single thoughts that are connected. And then here, very quickly, I have a bit the scope. This is the what. Basically, we went into the vision, the strategy, and now this is about the solution. Uh, as I said, it's all in one. It supports note taking, it supports to-dos, and it supports agenda. That's it. I'm not going to go into the individual post-its of the solution because I don't want to make this video too long. Uh, let's see the app. All right, this is it. Prepare to be disappointed. After all the speech that I gave before, you're going to see a very basic app. This is the very first alpha that I'm ready to show, but it is still very polished. Many of the features are still missing. In fact, most of the features are still missing. And we are still very far from the goal, right? We are just at the beginning of the road. I'm hoping that you can see this with the open mind and imagining what this could be. And by the way, if you imagine something really cool, please let me know because for sure I will take it into consideration and it's quite likely it will make it into the app. All right, let's dive into it. So this is the app. It's running on an iPad, so maybe some of the proportions are a bit off because I'm designing it for iPhone first, but still it will work. And this is how it looks just as you open it. You come to the collection screen, you see that there are two built-in collections, inbox, which is where all the notes go by default, and then to do, which is like a view of all your pending tasks. The very first thing I want to show you is how to capture a thought. In most apps, well, first of all, you have to load an app that sometimes takes a bit longer. Noto loads really fast. Then usually they open like a full screen pop-up. You have to write the title, you have to write some text, and then maybe you have to put it in a folder, choose the labels. And it's usually a bit more complicated than here. In Noto, it's very simple. Everywhere you are, you always have the capture bar at the bottom. You just type as if you were sending a WhatsApp message. You can even add some emoji to, all right, to make it more fun. And then you click send and it's saved to your second brain. Nothing else. You can just forget about it. You're done. Super easy. If we open it again, we can see that it's in the inbox. As I said, it's the place for everything. All your notes will end up there. Now let's create a to-do. Again, same flow, my first task. And all you have to do is to mark this check circle on the left, click send, and boom, it's there showing the in to-do, of course. And then in inbox, everything is in inbox. Easy, right? So far, it can't get any simpler. This is like sending WhatsApps. Everybody can understand this. Really easy. Okay, so now let's get into one of the key features of the alpha. It's not going to blow your mind. It's not amazingly innovative, but I'm going to try to explain why it's so powerful with this simple design. For this exercise, you have to imagine that your Noto is already a bit older. It has already maybe hundreds of nodes, thousands of nodes, whatever, and you want to have a view of all the nodes that are related to one of your projects because you don't want to see them all mixed up in the inbox. This is very simple. You just go to search and you simply search for the keyword that you want to use for this collection, in this case, noto. And I quickly see all the nodes that have the keyword. In this case, there are only two, but imagine you have many more. Cool. You can, of course, read them here or you can mark them as done here. But the idea is that you want to save this as collection. So you click on the bottom here in the bottom right corner and boom, there it is. It's so simple. It looks like a chat that you have with a friend or a group chat. Like it's really accessible. Everyone is going to understand this. Uh, and you click and you can see here all the nodes that contain this keyword. In a future video, I will explain how you can create more complex filters. When you type a note from here, it already contains the keyword, so you don't forget about it, so it's faster to do. So let's say Noto. I have to do like fix all the bugs, and it's a to-do, and boom, it's there. If you write something about Noto, and here it is, right? So um, quite simple. Like it's nothing new, nothing that would surprise you. But when you start using it, you come up with creative ways to do it. For example, I use this for my shopping list. I have a keyword, which is compra. so a shopping list in Spanish. And when I think of something, maybe I'm in the kitchen, I realize that I run out of milk. I open Noto and I just write compra leche, so buy milk, and it will be automatically in my shopping list. Sending messages to myself, and Noto is organizing things directly. Very simple, but Noto is delivering on the promise. You are sending messages to yourself almost, and Noto is classifying them for you automatically. This is all for today. Really, if you're still here, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you took this time to learn more about Noto. I'm really happy that so many of you have already shown interest in this project. I'm excited to make it work for you. And when you get the invite, if you're interested, sign up for the alpha and you will be able to test Noto very soon. Thank you and see you in the next video.